This is your WW3 news. Continue on about the attack on Iraq. What will be the consequences for the world? Well, I did mention in that previous video a thing about sleeping cells. Yes, those so-called Asian provocateurs which have infiltrated and has hidden in the parts of our society. When they give an order, they will act and they will know what to do. And we will be unprepared because they're not predictable. But, FBI said, we have sleeping cells. Can you specify whether Hamas, Hezbollah, or any type of extremist terrorism type of Islamic? They don't want to specify. The fact is ISIS and Al-Qaeda were creations of the CIA many years ago, and all those secret services like the Mossad. In 1981, one of those top officials of Israel said, practically, we created it, we financed these groups, which is unbelievable. Because you want to combat terrorism, and you finance it under the tables. This is the reality. And like I said, the consequences on us, because the French are sending their aircraft carrier to Charles de Gaulle. For what? Get yourself in the middle of a dogfight which doesn't concern you. Practically, Israel's dragging America and probably dragging Europe into it. And also you have the French and the Germans and the English preparing something, or whether they took part in some way. And the German Chancellor supporting this thing, while passively their predecessors had to be victims of their so-called Hamburg Empire monopoly. Practically, you destroyed your economy in the name of democracy, in the name of fine Russia. No more cheap Russian gas, no more that. I think it would be best for all business. Everyone makes money in a competitive global market. Instead of waging war and fighting over, squabbling over scraps, which is basically what it is. And it's been said many, many times through the Secret Service officially, Iran doesn't have no developed nuclear weapons, even if they have the right, like many countries like Israel, India, Pakistan, North Korea, and other countries which can mention, they have their own nuclear weapons. Why it fucks you off if they have a nuclear program for civilian use or military use? Because it would be more harder to conquer this country in the future. Who's going to replace the Ayatollah? Is going to be more hawkish than this one was before. This bloke was a real hero, a real intellectual. Speaks English fluently and speaks many other languages fluently as well. So there's no typical sheep shagger which they want to portray. And obviously, he had created this defense system of Iran to resist the Western invasion. And regarding the protests and all the Western propaganda about the Islamic Republic of Iran, as usual, is all bullshit, which they're selling to us. Even 2-3 years ago, The Americans in Congress, they have passed a bill consider the Islamic Republic as an enemy of the West. So at the end of the day, they are creating enemies. And what bloody shit are they going to drag us in? It will be us will pay the prices. We will be us be called up to fight future wars. Not in that part of the world, probably in other parts of the world. Because the Ukrainian war with Russia in 4 years is probably connected. What they're doing in Iran today. With their bombs of democracy and their globalist ideology of Agenda 2030. The fact is, if you consider Islam and say Muslim people as a threat, why do you let these people into Western countries like illegals? Those who've been there, who knows, through those culture centres, they've been preparing their armies for the jihad against the West on Western turf. Examples, the last 20 years, terrorist attacks on the European continent is an example. They probably may know, but they won't tell us about this, because probably that is a part of the plan. Probably using them against us, the people. This is possible.